Today, we're making cinnamon rolls. We'll start with the butter. Transfer the butter to a saucepan and place it over low to medium heat. First, wait until the butter has completely melted. After that, it will begin to boil actively. Once it starts boiling, let it continue cooking for about 7 more minutes. When the butter turns a beautiful golden shade and you notice a pronounced caramel aroma, remove the saucepan from the heat. To get clean brown butter with a smooth, mild flavor, strain it through a sieve, separating it from the milk solids. This butter can be stored safely in the refrigerator for quite a long time. Now let's prepare the yeast for the dough. Take 1 glass of warm water. Add the yeast and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Then mix well until completely smooth, so the yeast fully dissolves. Pay close attention to the temperature. The water should be warm, but never hot. Otherwise, the yeast will not activate. Cover the glass with a towel and set it aside for 10 minutes. While the yeast is activating, let's move on to the main dough. Take all of the flour and be sure to sift it into the bowl where you'll be mixing the dough. This helps aerate the flour and makes the dough lighter and more airy. Add 1 teaspoon of salt to the flour. Then add 67 grams of sugar. Pour in the remaining brown butter. Crack in 1 whole egg. Take the second egg, separate the yolk and the white, and use only 1 yolk. Add it to the rest of the ingredients. Now let's return to the yeast mixture. By this time, a reaction should have started. The mixture should be foamy and covered with bubbles. Add the yeast mixture to the bowl with the rest of the ingredients we've already prepared and begin mixing. At first, it's easiest to use a spatula to bring all the ingredients together. Mix thoroughly, making sure there are no lumps. Once everything is combined, switch to kneading by hand. In the beginning, the dough will be quite sticky. This is completely normal. As you continue kneading, it will start to come together and become smoother. If you feel that the dough is too wet and isn't coming together at all, you can gradually add more flour, 1 tablespoon at a time. If you prefer, you can use a stand mixer. Next, lightly dust the work surface with flour. Transfer the dough from the bowl onto the surface to continue working with it. Thoroughly coat the dough in flour to reduce stickiness and knead it vigorously. This can take a little time, so be patient. Form the dough into a ball, lightly coating it with flour. At this point, it should be elastic and almost stop sticking to your hands. Transfer the dough to a clean bowl, cover it with a towel, and let it rise for about 1 to 2 hours. While the dough is rising, we can prepare the filling. Pour the remaining brown butter into a bowl. Add brown sugar for a deeper caramel flavor, then add cinnamon, adjusting the amount to your taste. Mix everything thoroughly with a spatula until smooth and thick. Don't rush. The filling for our cinnamon rolls needs to be mixed well. Set the filling aside while we wait for the dough. After about 2 hours, the dough will have risen, and we can move on to shaping the rolls. Lightly dust the work surface with flour. Place the dough on it. Gently release it from the sides of the bowl, being careful not to break the air bubbles inside. And use your hands to flatten it, giving it a rough, rectangular shape. Then begin rolling the dough out with a rolling pin, lightly dusting with flour if needed so the pin doesn't stick. Roll the dough fairly thin. The thinner the dough, the more layers the rolls will have. Evenly spread the filling over the dough. Spread the filling in a thin layer evenly over the entire surface of the dough. You can first distribute it with a spatula, then smooth it out with an offset spatula or a regular spoon. Next, carefully roll the dough into a tight log, making sure it's even throughout. Begin rolling from the edge closest to you. Make the first 1 or 2 turns very tight to prevent air pockets from forming inside. Mark the log into equal sections and cut it into 8 pieces. You can do this with a knife or with a piece of string. The rolls will be fairly large, but you can make them smaller if you like. Gently press them down slightly to give them a more rounded shape. Repeat the process until the entire roll is divided into the cinnamon rolls we'll be baking. Place the cinnamon rolls into a baking dish. The dish can be any shape. If you don't have one, you can bake them directly on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Cover the rolls with a towel once again and let them rest for about 30 minutes. Before baking, pour heavy cream over the rolls. This will make them juicier, softer, and more creamy on the inside. Meanwhile, preheat the oven to 170 degrees Celsius using top and bottom heat. Bake the rolls for about 20 to 25 minutes. While the rolls are baking, let's prepare the frosting. Take cream cheese and add room temperature butter, powdered sugar, and cream. Mix everything thoroughly with a hand mixer until smooth. It will take a little time to prepare the cream and smooth out all the lumps. You can see the cream is already starting to take on the texture we're looking for. But this isn't the final result yet. You can adjust the consistency by adding more cream or milk, depending on how thick you want the frosting to be. The frosting can be thicker or more fluid, and if you prefer, you can even make it without cream. At last, we've reached the result we wanted. Perfect. Then add vanilla extract and gently mix with a silicone spatula. The baking time is up, and we can take the rolls out of the oven. Look how beautiful they are. I can't wait to taste them. These are the golden, aromatic cinnamon rolls we ended up with. While the rolls are still hot, spread the prepared cream cheese frosting over them and distribute it evenly with a spatula. That's it. They're ready to serve. Share them with your loved ones and enjoy. Just look how appetizing they are. Let's take a look at what's inside. The rolls turn out incredibly soft, moist, and rich in flavor. Now you know how to make these wonderful cinnamon rolls yourself. Enjoy every bite! Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.